Gentlemen, start your egos. It's
Hi, I'm Jenny.
And I'm Nat.
And this is Oscar Bait. It's your guide to the most ridiculous time of year, the Oscar Hollywood Awards season.
Now, we've been taking a look at the categories of Oscar nominees to help you look real smart when you head to your Oscars party, because you know exactly what you're talking about.
And we're going to dive into some artsy-fartsy categories today. We're going to look at production design, costume design, hair and makeup, and the music categories. So that's best original score and also best original song for a movie.
The ones that you do drawings of and sound nice and look pretty.
The ones that you think you want to get into, but then you realise you're much better at editing.
So let's get things started with production design.
A way to think about it, which I'll probably make some costume designers angry about saying this, is there's sort of three people that are in charge of the look of the film, like everything about how it looks, which is the director, the cinematographer, and the production designer. Those are like sort of the three triangle heads that design how a film comes across on screen. So, sorry, costume designers.
You design the characters.
Oh,
You're
aren't
important.
you cute? Aren't you sweet?
So the films that are nominated this year for Best Production Design include Bridge of Spies, The Danish Girl, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, and The Revenant.
I'm almost getting sick of talking about some of these movies.
I know, they're nominated for bloody everything.
Oh, my goodness.
So, how do you feel about this one?
Well,
as the one who has experience in production design.
Well, I used to be very into it, but I would always get this category wrong. So it's actually a category that I feel very weak in. Even despite having an interest in production design, I can never pick it. Normally, it's either a movie that is totally production design, so a movie that can't exist without the world and the sets and all that sort of stuff, or it's a period piece. And there's some pretty strong period pieces in here that were very effective and authentic looking. I always like the near future production design jobs, so I probably would want to put money towards The Martian, because I think that's more difficult than anything, is trying to think just a little bit ahead in future. I think that's very impressive if it's authentic. But I don't know, my cynical side is probably thinking The Danish Girl. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know about The Danish Girl. Like,
No.
that didn't wow me very much in terms of production design.
But they never do, I feel like. But that's just me being, like, cynical, I guess.
In the past few years, what has won production design is indeed period pieces or really, really wacky stuff like Avatar.
Alice in Wonderland.
Tim Burton movies.
Yeah.
Think Tim Burton movies. And that being said, I actually think Mad Max has got a shot.
That's a good point, actually. That's a very valid point. And the world of Mad Max is what makes it.
You watch Mad Max and you're just blown away by the look of it.
So, costume design, of course, comes into play with what the actors look like and what they're wearing. So, this year's nominees are Carol, of course, period piece.
Designed by Sandy Powell.
We have Sandy Powell nominated again for Cinderella. Paco Delgado for The Danish Girl. Oh, look at who's here. Mad Max, Fury Road, again, designed by Jenny Beavan. And Jacqueline Weir for The Revenant.
Yeah, so I think this is a fascinating category because period pieces do tend to take out this award because it's so important to make your characters look like they are where they are. But for me, this is a pretty good category, but for me, I was so impressed by the costumes in The Danish Girl.
Really?
Really impressed. And to me, the way that those costumes tell Ina/Lily's story and the way it helps her transform into this character and helps Eddie Redmayne transform is just like astounding to me. Like the costumes are so part of his performance in this movie. It's a really great way of telling story with costume.
See, this is where I always fall down, because I like all of the things that you said and I agree with you, but I feel like costume design is another one where I always just can't quite get it. I'll be totally impressed by one movie's choices and then be like, it has to be that, and it'll never be the one that won. And I think it's just, maybe it's me, and I just have no idea what I'm talking about.
You know, the Academy does consider, like, skill and detail.
Which is why you've, again, got to think about who's going to be voting for it.
Indeed.
It'll be people who like big, pretty dresses.
And yeah, costume designers will be voting in this one. So, for me, the Danish Girl, although Cinderella had some pretty great dresses as well. It was a terrible movie though.
Maybe the dark horse could be the bear suit that Leonardo DiCaprio wears. The next category we're going to look at is makeup and hairstyling, which to me, I've always thought is kind of like an interesting category to even have. Because if you're going to recognize this but not recognize, you know, stunts or casting, it's sort of, I think maybe.
I think this is the category that is the reason casting directors are pissed off. Just saying.
It's an interesting category, and it normally does sort of go towards movies where it's a bit obvious that there's been some changes made. The other thing that's interesting about makeup and hairstyling is because of those reasons, it's also another category where a weird one might sneak in. It'll get in the cat flap. For example, Bad Grandpa got nominated for an Oscar thanks to makeup and hairstyling because Johnny Knoxville was made into an old man. So the nominees this year, again, Mad Max Fury Road is up for makeup and hairstyling. The Revenant, of course, again. And then The Outlier, the 100-year-old man who climbed out the window and ran away.
That's a long-ass title, and I have never heard of that movie.
I've actually seen it, and not because of the Oscars. Just randomly, a friend wanted to see it, so I did. It's actually a really charming movie and a really delightful Swedish film that's a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, the reason it pops up here is old man makeup. It's an aging film. There's a lot of older characters in it.
Will it get your vote, though?
No, because it's only one dude.
Yeah.
It's like, fine. I guess I assumed he was 100 years old, but I mean, compared to, you know, the amount of work that went into Mad Max, if you think about the Sick Boys and Furiosa, as well as, you know, the pain and the dirt and the wounds from the Revenant, it doesn't come into the same league. There's no way.
No. So which one is it going to be? Are the Academy going to go for the amazing realism of some of those wounds in the Revenant, which do look pretty damn good?
Yeah.
Although I don't know how much of that's helped by visual effects.
That's the thing, because some of the really deep looking wounds, I was like,
probably CGI.
Yeah.
Whereas Mad Max is so impressively artistic, and it's so about creating this amazing, like, tribal feeling world. And for me, it's definitely Mad Max.
It's got to, I really hope it to be Mad Max. And the more I think about all these categories,
the more you like Mad Max.
I think Mad Max is going to sweep a few awards. It might not do so well in the higher up echelons, but I think down the bottom it's going to have a really solid foundation of gold men. So it's exciting.
Makes me happy.
Yeah.
So now we're coming on to music. The fun part of the Oscars ceremony where you get to watch pop stars perform songs like Brett from Flight of the Conchords did that once, and he won an Oscar, and that's why I love this category. First, we're going to have a look at Best Original Score. And the nominees are Thomas Newman for Bridge of Spies, Carter Burwell for Carol, Ennio Morricone for The Hateful Eight, Johan Johansson for Sicario, and John Williams, the King, for Star Wars The Force Awakens. Recycling his old score, though. I mean, still good, but it's like, come on, did he really work that hard? So what do you think about Best Original Score?
I mean, I think there's only one person that can take it. And I mean, unfortunately, it's for the movie I liked least out of this selection. In fact, a movie that I felt ire towards. But, I mean, the best part of The Hateful Eight was the Morricone score. It's
So good.
phenomenal. And of course, he's for those of you who aren't familiar with Morricone, he is responsible for spaghetti westerns. So the good, the bad, and the ugly, the
Yeah.
that's him.
The Man with the Harmonica,
And he's
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Still killing it.
Oh,
Still so good. I don't think I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about him.
yeah.
If he doesn't win this, see you later.
Yeah. This score is just like,
It's gotta be him.
this movie is nothing without the score.
No.
It's nothing kind of anyway, but it's nothing without the score. It's got to be Morricone, and he actually has never won an Oscar for this category.
Well, yes, strictly speaking, he has won an Oscar. He won an honorary Lifetime Achievement Award in 2007, but he's never taken out the music original score. The final category we're going to look at today is music original song. And of course, this is the one where there's a bit of fun. It's the entertainment of the night, even though I don't necessarily agree with that. But they normally do get a celebrity to sing the songs.
It means that Adele Nazim gets to rock up.
Oh, God.
I like the best original songs.
I could take it or leave it.
I think it's a fun category.
Well, here's the nominees for this year. Earned It from 50 Shades of Grey. Got nominated for something.
Great soundtrack, though.
It's true, actually. Manta Ray from the documentary Racing Extinction. Simple Song number 3 from Youth. Till It Happens to You from The Hunting Grounds, which, of course, is the Lady Gaga one. In case you were worried that she wasn't involved. She is. She's here. And, of course, Writings on the Wall from Spectre.
I guess with original song, it's like about the writing of it and the song as it stands itself, as well as how well it belongs to the movie.
I almost think that it doesn't matter how well it belongs to the movie.
But that doesn't really matter either. It's kind of just a sort of
it's almost
throwaway fun
Yeah,
one.
it's almost the swell behind the song itself.
Yeah. So, taking a massive punt just because I think because it won the Golden Globe and I think a lot of people would have gone to see it. I think it's probably going to be Spectre, Sam Smith with Writings on the Wall. Although I would have preferred it if it was the Radiohead
I
one.
was just about to say that. Radiohead's my thing. No, I feel like that's probably accurate. I think it's interesting to see there's quite a range of songs here, though, because Simple Song number 3 is actually more of sort of a classical orchestral song, not like a poppy song. But it probably won't win.
Yeah, it's interesting this year because there's no like musical thing or Disney thing. I think Till It Happens to You is meant to have a bit of swell as well. People love Lady Gaga, but also this is that song that got a bunch of traction about like 6 to 7 months ago when it first appeared. And it was this song that Lady Gaga wrote that was like really haunting and honest about the experience of sexual assault, and it just, seemed to impress a lot of people back then. So this could be that could be like a dark horse, I think.
It could be a dark horse, but let's be honest, the music original song category doesn't care about like feelings
or lyrics or whatever.
Lyrics or anything. Who knows how they decide on this song?
So that's what we thought. Let us know what you thought by leaving a comment below.
Who do you think are going to take out these designy, hoity-toity, artsy-fartsy awards?
Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
See you soon.
Just post-Civil War. I think it's like the same time as The Hateful Eight, maybe.
These movies have too many similarities.
Those two do, don't they? There's snow, Civil War, people being racist. Very similar movies, but
Guns.
also not
There's
at all.
guns in it. Well, interestingly enough, because 50 Shades is a fan fiction of Twilight, it's fun that Twilight actually had really good soundtracks, and that's what they built their sort of cred with, and 50 Shades is doing a similar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Food for thought.
Food for thought.